Dear students, in this session we are going to discuss about 10th class second chapter chemical equations part 3 balancing chemical equations. First, let us discuss about that what is the necessity of balancing chemical equations. According to the law of conservation of mass, the total mass of the products formed in chemical reaction must be equal to the total mass of reactants consumed. Because an atom is the smallest particle of an element that takes part in a chemical reaction. It is the atom which accounts for the mass of any substance. The number of atoms of each element before and after reaction must be the same. All the chemical equations must be balanced because atoms are neither created nor destroyed in chemical reaction. A chemical equation in which the number of atoms of different elements on the reactant side are the same as those on the product side is called a balanced chemical equation. Now let us see some example how to do balanced equation. Before that, let us see what are the steps to be followed to balance chemical equation. Steps to be followed to balance chemical equation. First step, write the equation with the correct chemical formulae for each reactant and product. Step 2, after writing the molecular formula of the substances, the equation is to be balanced. For this, we should not touch the ratio of atoms in the molecules of substances, but we may assign suitable number as the coefficient before the formulae. Step 3. Sometimes there is possibility that the coefficient of the substances getting divided with a suitable number. Since we require the lowest ratio of coefficient for reactants and products, the above operation to be done. If no common factor is there is no need to divide the equation. Step 4. Verify the equation for the balancing of atoms on both sides of the equations. So these are the steps to be followed to balance any chemical equation. Now let us see examples. Chemical equation for the combustion reaction of propane. In first step, we should write the skeleton equation, means a unbalanced equation using correct chemical formulae of the substances. Here propane C3H8 combustion reaction means burning in air, means reacting with oxygen. So here is plus O2, it gives us CO2 plus H2O. So this is called unbalanced equation or skeleton equation. Now step 2. There are 3 carbon atoms on the left side of the equation but only 1 on the right side. If we add a coefficient of 3 to CO2 on the right side, the carbon atoms get balanced. Now, the equation changes as C3H8 plus O2 give rise to 3CO2 plus H2O. Now both the sides carbon atoms are balanced. Now, see number of hydrogens. There are 8 hydrogen atoms on the left but only 2 on the right side. So, we need to add 4 as a coefficient to the H2O, means water molecule. On the right side, the hydrogen atoms get balanced. So now the equation, we can write it as C3H8 plus O2 give rise to 3CO2 plus 4H2O. Now, still this equation is unbalanced because one more element is there, that is oxygen. If you see here, left to the arrow mark, there are 2 oxygen atoms are there, and right to it there are total 10 oxygens are there. So we need to add 5 as a coefficient to O2 on the left side, so that both the sides the number of oxygen atoms get balanced. So here the equation as C3H8 plus 5O2 give rise to 3CO2 plus 4H2O. Now, make sure the coefficients are reduced to their smallest whole number value. Yes, here the coefficients are smallest whole numbers. So now the balanced chemical equation C3H8 plus 5O2 give rise to 3CO2 plus 4H2O. Let us see one more example. Iron oxide reacts with aluminium to form iron and aluminium trioxide. In step 1, we need to write unbalanced or skeleton equation. By taking their correct chemical symbols and formulae. So here, iron oxide Fe2O3 plus aluminium Al give rise to iron Fe plus aluminium trioxide Al2O3. Now here, which consists of more number of atoms, we need to balance at first that one. Here in Fe2O3 and Al2O3, there are same number of atoms are present there. So let us balance iron. There are 2 iron atoms on the left side and 1 iron on the right side. So by adding coefficient of 2 to the iron Fe on the right side, the Fe atoms get balanced. So here that equation becomes Fe2O3 plus Al give rise to 2Fe plus Al2O3. In the above equation, number of aluminum atoms still unbalanced. There is 1 aluminum atom on the left side and 2 aluminum atoms on the right side. To balance aluminum atoms on the both sides, multiply aluminium by 2 on left side of the arrow mark. Now here the balanced equation can be written as Fe2O3 plus 2Al give rise to 2Fe plus Al2O3. Now number of oxygen atoms in equation on both the sides of arrow in the above equation. The above equation is balanced and coefficients are also smallest whole numbers. Hence the balanced equation is Fe2O3 plus 2Al give rise to 2Fe plus Al2O3. I hope you have understood that how we need to balance chemical equation and what is the necessity of balancing chemical equation. So practice some more chemical equation, balancing and writing skeleton equation and balancing it. In next session, we will discuss about making chemical equation more informative and interpreting a balanced chemical equation. Thank you. Have a nice day.